Finally, the day we've all been waiting for. It is time to start decorating for Halloween. I'm gonna start with my front step, kind of front porch area, and transition this from fall to Halloween decorating. Went ahead and pulled out most of our outdoor decorations and totes for me. Obviously, I won't be using all of these for just that front step area, but it is nice to have options. And if you've been watching my channel for a while, then you know that we have been slowly building up our Halloween decor collection and curating this display over at least the last 5 to 6 years now. It definitely did not happen overnight, but we typically like to get one new statement piece or animatronic and a handful of filler items every single season. And so we've been able to take this from just a front flower bed with tombstones and a few pumpkins on our very first year decorating to now dressing up our house as a haunted house in the middle of like a creepy, spooky cemetery, and really allowing that display to grow from one flower bed to now taking up our entire front porch, front landscaping, and spilling out into our front yard. And this year's display is going to be bigger and better than ever. There has been this one piece in particular that we have just been keeping an eye out for the last few years, feeling like it's needed to complete that cemetery vibe, and Lowe's pulled through this year. They came out with the perfect piece. So I knew I would be out decorating today, so I went ahead and placed an order. I got that statement piece, a handful of filler items, and since I ordered before 2 p.m., I'm able to get same-day delivery. So it'll be delivered literally to my front step any minute now. So I am so excited, can't wait to share that with you. But first, I think I need to remove all of the fall decor so that when it gets here, we're just ready to start setting up all of the Halloween. I loved our fall front porch decor this year. I feel like I had some really good ideas. I tried a few new things and had some like amazing fall finds that I was able to share with you guys in my fall front porch decorating video. So if you're not quite ready for Halloween decor yet and you're looking for fall inspiration, then I'll make sure that I link that video in the iCard and the description box for you. And it would be so easy to do a more fall themed setup, and then as the season or the month progresses, add in some lit jack-o'-lanterns, some skeletons, maybe some cobwebs and creepy spiders, and just kind of sprinkle in or layer in the Halloween instead of doing what I am, which is starting with a blank slate and changing all of the decor. But we have a totally different vibe for Halloween. We like spooky, kind of creepy. So I'm just going to sort through our totes and pull out some things that I know I want to use on this front step area. A lot of these have come from the Lowe's Halloween collections of the past. Those bat pumpkins I got, I want to say 3 years ago. And then last year we got a bunch of lit jack-o'-lanterns. And a couple of years ago we found these faux wooden boards, almost like for an abandoned house or a haunted house, and they really just are the cherry on top for this creepy haunted cemetery type of theme that we have going on. So I wanted to make sure to dig those out now and get them set up while there was nothing in my way and I could easily access the windows. And like I said, we've had these for at least 2 years now, and we don't have a covered front porch area, and they have held up. They're basically in like brand new condition. They haven't mildewed or molded, they haven't been ruined, and they stay pretty secure on our windows. I'm also trying them on our front door this year, but these were super affordable Lowe's finds, and they have just stood the test of time for us. So if they are currently available on Lowe's website, then I'll go ahead and make sure that I link them for you, because even if you added a few of those boards and some jack-o'-lanterns and a skeleton, it would be such a vibe. But anyway, once I got those on the windows, then I'm pulling out our little Skelly family and cascading some creepy pumpkins and jack-o'-lanterns on our front step, not overdoing it because we do have a small front step area and I like to keep that in mind. I don't want to impede on the function of this space. I don't want anything to get knocked off or broken, and we want to be able to easily access our home. But this is what the actual step is looking like right now, and kind of the base that we're going to build off of when the rest of our decor is delivered. Can we just take a second to appreciate this timing? This was perfect. My delivery got here as I was putting out my skeletons on the front porch. Oh, okay, I'm so pumped. So it came in 3 boxes. I have this one piece. This is that statement piece I was talking about. Can you see on the front? I cannot wait to see what this looks like. So we've had our skeletons for quite some time, just been collecting them, usually 1 a year for the past few years. But this, oh, okay, is a Grim Reaper. I actually think it's called like a, okay, so it's called a ghostly guide. It's 6 feet tall, but it looks like a Reaper to me with a lantern. It's from the Haunted Hill farm line, and that is just chef's kiss. They do it right every single time. That's where these like window things came from. That's the same collection, but hopefully I'll be able to get it up and surprise Derek with it because he is so pumped. He's so excited for that. And then a couple of filler pieces in here. Let's see if I can get them out. Okay, so I ordered some more tombstones so that we can really fill in like our entire landscaping. Last year we felt like we fell short, especially in like the front portion. And then a bag of bones. And this guy, he's from the Haunted Living collection. Also always does it right at Lowe's. His eyes light up, and he is very realistic looking skeleton. I'm gonna have to cut his zip ties, but we got, I want to say 2 last year to set up in the yard, and so we're looking to add like at least 1 per year because you guys know we do like skeletons, the cemetery, some ghosts, and also spiders. Like we have some animatronic spiders, so we like to make it look like the skeletons are like running away or have been almost eaten by the spiders. So I have an idea for him. And speaking of spiders, I got some furry babies, another bag of bones. I think this one is all skulls. And instead of 2 full-size skeletons this year, I got one that, what is that, like 5, yeah, a 5-foot posable skeleton. And then 2, are these 3 feet? Yeah, 3 feet posable skeletons. I don't think that these babies are gonna work in the front step portion, at least not for what I had envisioned. I think these are gonna go in either our bushes or hanging from our trees out in the actual yard. So you'll see these in part 2 and what we decide to do with them. But this baby, I'm gonna put him right up here, front and center. I have a really fun idea for this bench that we keep here. Typically in years past I've taken it away and we just fill this with tombstones, but we like to do something a little different every year so you're not just watching us do the same exact thing over and over again. So I have an idea for him on this bench this year. Hopefully it'll work out, but before I can do that, I think I need to set up our Grim Reaper. I'm so excited. So like I kind of mentioned earlier, we have been looking for this piece for quite some time. I would say a handful of years ago, we really committed to curating this haunted cemetery decor collection and just building out this display bigger and better every year instead of changing themes every single year. And so we have looked for specific pieces and been very intentional with how we were adding to this display. And I feel like we've got all of the tombstones and the spiders and the skeletons, but we were missing what put them there. So we've been looking for like a dark phantom or a Grim Reaper style of decor piece, but we wanted it to be an animatronic, not just something that stands still or has glowing eyes, but we wanted movement and maybe some dialogue, and we didn't want to have to pay like an entire mortgage payment for it. And so we've just kind of been patient, and thank goodness we were, because Lowe's pulled through for us this year. This is exactly what we were looking for at the most affordable price that I have been able to find, and actually it's currently on the Lowe's website for 50% off, and we've just entered into the Halloween season. But anyway, at Lowe's you can find a variety of top-notch home products from home improvement to home decor, including the best seasonal and holiday indoor and outdoor decor finds, all at affordable prices. They offer free store pickup, same-day delivery on orders made before 2 p.m., and free shipping when you shop online at Lowe's.com or through the Lowe's mobile app. You can take advantage of the Lowe's low price guarantee and find competitive prices every day, both online and in store. In fact, they are currently offering incredible online savings opportunities on my entire Halloween haul, including the 50% discount on my Grim Reaper. I'll make sure that I link everything in the description box for you, along with some of my other favorite Halloween decor finds, so that you can easily shop all of the best Lowe's Halloween finds using those links. And thank you so much to Lowe's for always pulling through with the best Halloween collections, offering top tier quality for everyday affordable prices, and for partnering with me and sponsoring today's video. Okay, he is too freaking cool. Let me show you the view from further back. Doesn't he just belong there? Hasn't he been missing for all of these years? And he is an animatronic. I know it's really hard to tell, but like in this cage, there's 2 glowing eyes. And then if you can kind of see through that, there's a speaker box here. So he lights up and he makes sound. And if you stay tuned until the end, I will have some clips of what the display looks like at night and what he looks like when he's all animated. But oh my gosh, he even looks cool in the daytime. But now for my Skelly buddy here, I am super pumped about him as well. I think I'm going to try to set him up here on the bench, and I got some spider web. This is like, works for indoor and outdoor. You can also order this right from Lowe's. But it's kind of that like cobwebby kind of spider web. So my thought was that I would have him posed, set up here like he had been lounging on the bench in the cemetery for centuries, and now the spiders have eaten him up and have cobwebs around him and all of that. He is not an animatronic, but he does light up, his eyes light. So that'll be really fun. I think he'll add a little something extra special to the display, not just during the day, like giving you something to look at, but also at nighttime when we light it up and his eyes are glowing and you can kind of like see that there's something there, but you have to look a little closer to see what it was. You know the vibe. Anyway, so I'm going to attempt it. I'm going to see if I can bring this vision to life and if he's actually going to look as cool as I have thought him to be in my mind. So part of the reason why I was thinking he would be so cool is because I actually came up with this whole backstory that inspired me to even order this little setup to begin with. It totally was not on our radar when we were first imagining what our display would look like this year, but I just got thinking about it and felt inspired to maybe tell a story and have these scenes throughout our display this year. And so I'd come up with this backstory of Mr. Man here coming to visit some lost loved ones and just making a decision to either sit in that grief or spend this time eternally with those that he loved. And so just visiting the cemetery, sitting down on the bench and kind of never getting up, never leaving them. And who knows if the spider came and caught him in a vulnerable moment and exploited that first, or if she found him here and kind of spun her web around him afterwards. And also, who knows if that even mattered. But I just felt so inspired by this and felt like it was so relatable. At least it was relatable to me. And so I wanted to try incorporating that or telling that story through this scene in our display this year. And this might be something that's just very specific to me. I feel like I do this frequently, especially in our holiday decorating, but even in my everyday home decor, I'm always decorating with intention. There's whether it's a specific story or really a feeling that I want to evoke or a comfort that I want to instill, I definitely do that and have that pour through with everything that I do. But this is, I think, the first time that I've had like something so fully fleshed out that I've had in mind and just wanted to see it come to life. How ironic, because we're in a cemetery here. It's not really coming to life, but you know what I mean. Anyway, is that like totally weird, or do you guys appreciate that? Can you like see the vision? Does it come across in what I'm doing? I would love to hear some feedback. Also would love to hear some name suggestions, because regardless, I feel like Mr. Man needs an actual name. We have named our entire Skelly family that's on our front step. So Benjamin sits there with his jack-o'-lantern, and then Dexter greets us as we walk into our home. And Jameson brings such fun personality with his bold cape and the spiders that kind of marry the different elements of our display. But we need a name for our sitting skeleton. So I'd love to see some suggestions in the comments. Okay, so these tombstones come with these little stakes included to secure them into the ground. They actually come like this, and then you can just pull it out and turn them around the way that you need them to, and then store it away like this in the off season. But I have a really bad habit of damaging them. You can see I've already been too harsh with it, and so I think I'm just gonna leave these out where I think we'll use them, and Derek can do this when he gets home. He has much more patience and is also a perfectionist with these things, so I know he'll just take care of it a lot better. But I've got these two here, and then they kind of match. At least the aesthetic looks super similar to this one that is much taller, and it actually lights up in the words and then also the eyes. We got this one from Lowe's, I think last year or the year before, so I think we'll set up some tombstones right here. We also have a haunted tree that goes here, but I think Derek forgot to get it out of storage, so I can't put it up right now. I'm loving the way that this spider web, cobweb situation kind of turned out. I was able to really extend it up there. So we have one of our little baby spiders up there, our giant big spider here, and I was thinking about putting another web here with the rest of our babies, but we have those really large animatronic spiders, and I think when we do our part 2, we might stretch one of the webs from like right there on that bush across to here and have the spider sitting here. So I'm just gonna leave it open for now. But I'll probably start laying out some tombstones, and we have a groundbreaker this year that I'm just gonna try out here. So when Derek comes home, he can take a look and tell me what he's thinking so far and like how it all kind of works together. In years past, I haven't left the bench here, so we'll just have a lot of tombstones. But this year with the bench, we get to bring all of our tombstones forward and really fill it out in like an official cemetery kind of way all the way down through our landscaping. So I think I'm just going to set some things up and see how that might look. I know that this seems kind of random, but I knew Derek was on his way home and we would want to continue decorating together, and so we actually approach these kinds of projects very differently. I am someone who does not have that visual element in my mind. Like if you say close your eyes and picture something, I don't actually see a picture. Instead, things feel maybe more intuitive for me. Like I just know what I need to do or the pieces that I need to get to create what I want it to be, and I know it will come together. Like I see it at the end, not necessarily at the beginning. Derek can be the opposite. He is a more visual person, and so he wants to see it to see that it makes sense. So anyway, I was kind of just setting out this blueprint to kind of describe how we were going to pull our cemetery forward and kind of fill out this display and allow it to spill over into the yard, which has definitely been our goal. So that's what I was doing here, also running around cleaning up a few things and trying to have like this neat little package to present him when he came home. He did need to grab a couple more pieces for me too, so I wanted him to be able to see where those were going to fit in with what I had already established. But he actually was pulling up right as I was cleaning all of this stuff up, so it ended up being perfect timing, and I was able to describe everything and get his feedback. So this is kind of what I'm thinking, just having tombstones and scattered bones all throughout this front landscaping. If we have enough, we're definitely going to take it all the way down there, and then we'll probably have some skellies hanging from these bushes, and like I said, that big spider web will come out and the spider will land here, and then these little spiders will probably have cobwebs and have them scattered throughout the other bushes in this landscaping, but I think it's looking good so far. Derek actually just got home, so I'm gonna let him piddle around with our Grim Reaper, see if he can hook it up and make sure it's all working and everything like that, and get his opinion on the tombstones and what we have going on here. And then I'll wait until the sun starts to go down and show you what it all looks like.
At last you are here. Come closer. I will escort you into the shadows of the night. Your time on this earth has come to an end. I have come for your soul. Whether you sing with the choir invisible or wail with the demons of the underworld, I care not. Your soul is mine.
Seriously, how cool is this Grim Reaper animatronic? It is exactly what we have been searching for years now, and I still cannot believe how affordable it was, and that's currently 50% off on the Lowe's.com website. So I will leave the link to our Grim Reaper along with everything else I've shared in today's video down in the description box. And once again, a huge thank you to Lowe's for partnering with me and sponsoring today's video. But I cannot wait to hear what you guys think of the direction we're taking our display this year. Do you love what I've come up with for this front porch? Do you think anything needs to change? Do you like the little backstory? Do you think it's too much? I am definitely open to all comments and suggestions, so leave that feedback down in the description box. But thank you guys so much for choosing to hang out with me while I started decorating our front porch and front yard for Halloween today. I hope that you all enjoyed it, and I also hope that I see you all in my next video for part 2. Bye!